I done got a little rusty now.
Whatever, this game sucks anyway.
Look at you.
You're just mad because
I already cheat.
Maybe, but at least my house isn't on fire.
Cheating is crazy.
Hey, Bryson, lay down on the ground. Why? Just do it. Okay.
Yeah, you're cheating.
I ain't cheating. I ain't the one winning.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and I've made several videos about my siblings, but there's one that I've
Look
yet
at that. I
to
can't even hit a shot.
the oldest sibling, my only sister, Brittany. By the way, that intro skit was a true story. She actually did that to me. But to be
Bro,
honest,
they cheat,
looking at
man.
the whole picture, Brittany was the sibling that was nicest to me growing up.
How you do that?
So it makes sense.
Hey, dude beat me with that in a one-on-one game the other day. I could not stop that.
She even gave me a nickname when I was born.
Like, he nutmegged me the whole game. Like, he kept throwing it through my legs.
I don't want to get demonetized.
I need to learn how to do that. Do you got to have a certain dribble to do it? Or I dribble?
Yeah, I think so.
She was the only one who wasn't
I think I just turned dribble
disappointed when I was born.
Dribble
Seriously,
style.
my brothers wanted another sister, and my parents wanted it to be a surprise. When Brody and Brayden came in to meet me and learned I was a boy, they were
I don't even know how I made that. I was froze.
I thought you missed that neck in the cow. Bro. Alright, game. Keep doing lights on.
It's a boy, baby. It's a boy, just like you guys. He's just like you. He's a boy.
Bro, I cannot get a green for nothing right now. I got to change the speed again.
Bro, I want to get this streaming shit good so I can stream, bro.
Did you see how destroyed
You will. You'll figure it out. It's just because you're new to it. Once you understand it better, it'll be easy to you. Oh, that's all.
Look at my mom's baby announcement she sent out. It's another boy. What did I do to deserve this? I'm so sorry that I inconvenienced you all so much by being born. Anyway,
I was trying
let's start
something.
off with a classic family story. I had just been given a new big boy bike, a significant
What?
upgrade from my little fixed gear baby bike. I took it to the top of the hill by our house and rode down. It was so fast and exhilarating. I turned into our driveway toward our parking bay and tried braking by pedaling backwards, because that's how my little bike worked. But this was a big
Appreciate
boy
you.
bike. Pedaling backwards did nothing.
Alright, bro.
It was
Dookie.
This game's actually selling me, bro.
Brittany's first reaction to other people getting hurt is to laugh hysterically and try not to pee. I think it's because she's been desensitized to pain from watching all those true crime documentaries.
Her arms were cut off. Her legs were cut off. Her ears were cut off. Her tongue was cut off. Her nose was cut off. Her eyeballs were plucked out.
But regardless of her obsession
What?
with murder,
Bro.
she was very sweet to little
360, 360.
50 keys and playing Deal or No Deal together. I still remember our winning strategy.
That's the kind
That's fucking crazy.
Not a early. That's crazy.
That's the kind
This game is fucking dick sucking me, bro. Go.
So nice to me. One time when I was very
Yeah, Anthony Davis, most of the time.
and me wanted to wear a paint lid as a hat. When the paint
Get in
would
there.
fall, I would cry.
Bro,
Brittany
getting
kept
late
coming back to put it back on my head to comfort me, but it kept falling off and I kept crying. So obviously, she glued the paint lid to my head. Mom had to shave my head.
You're going
in
like
order to
right
get the
through
lid
my
off.
body,
My
bro.
hair was ruined. It's my
16.
bread and butter.
Where else he gonna
You're
go?
messing up my bread and butter, dude. Anyway, eventually Brittany started dating, and she brings this guy home. I was maybe 7, and we were chilling on the
I had to
beach
bring my A
playing
game.
phone
Don't break
games.
the controller,
All of a
Tino.
sudden, the guy says, "It's like really awkward that your little
I'm
brother
not
is here."
1v1
Like,
anymore,
excuse me, this is my
I'm not
house.
cheating.
It's really awkward that you're here, chump.
Hey, you ought to invite 2 AIs in here and we play them just to get our
I'm not
practice
playing
on.
no AIs.
Yeah.
I can't, bro.
See, you gotta invite them.
AIs are different.
Yeah, get the best ones. That's how we get better on the tools, bro. Because you know it ain't costing us no rent in here.
Watch Danny Phantom with me all day. I also remember showing up at his house one time,
How do I
inviting
invite
myself
him?
in and playing a skateboard.
At the top when you come in, it should be a thing at the top.
For him to get my blessing to marry Brittany. Anyway, they're married
Who's
now.
Let me
on
come
the
out. Let me come off your court and Mike.
I was in high school, and Brittany and Kyle were living in Mom's basement. One night, we heard Brittany
See, I can't do it. Only you can do it.
downstairs, and I got a half-hour lecture from my parents about how hard marriage is. I mentioned it to them the following day,
Oh,
and they
right
said,
here.
"Oh, we were just watching a hockey game, and we were excited."
Should I invite
I was
Giannis
like,
and
"Well,
Dame?
then I got a big lecture about nothing." During this time,
Invite
Brittany had to
Damian
stop
Lillard.
by a car
Okay.
shop with me in the car.
You know, you got to guard him everywhere.
And grab some stuff for her car.
And invite
Store and ask for blinker fluid. I'm out. Okay.
Jason Tatum. Confirm.
Do you guys have blinker fluid? What fluid? Blinker fluid. Someone's pulling your leg.
Still ain't no clue.
Blinker fluid isn't a thing. What? Let me go ask my sister. I'm gonna be. She pranked me, but then I pranked her back by making a video about it and monetizing it. So, who really won?
Yeah, they finna kick
Now,
our
while
ass.
living together, Mom and Brittany had a few arguments. I don't even remember what the arguments were about, but eventually, after an argument escalated for a while, it would get to the point where they would stop trying to resolve it and instead just try to deal as much emotional damage as possible. And this was my favorite one. I was chilling in Mom's room. Brittany came in and they started reading.
I tried to cut in.
It escalated.
Dang, how he shake me and I wasn't even guarding him.
And as she did,
Bro, that was crazy. So I got crossed up guarding Giannis and he didn't even have the ball.
so that was fun. Don't worry, Mom and Brittany are all good now. But in retrospect, I would say yes. Mom did indeed ruffle a feather.
Ah, that's positive.
Talking about Brittany's
Giannis ain't
kids,
shooting
my
like that.
nephews, Jake and Jack. I love my nephews.
That shit crazy on what, Tino?
Improvements from the source
Yes,
material.
bro.
Anyways, I take being the favorite uncle very seriously. Piggyback rides, puzzles, and stuffed
Come here.
animals galore. I also teach them valuable life lessons.
shot.
What do we do when someone is mean to us? That's right, violence. Can you say violence? Good. Be resourceful about it too. Throw rocks, bite people, push them down the stairs, all that good stuff. But for real, I do try to influence them positively in whatever way I can. Bad. Good.
Slightly late.
No.
A voice actor,
He
and
meant
voice
that.
actors get
Bro.
paid.
No money for you.
All of a sudden, Giannis is a knockdown three-point shooter.
That's Jason Tatum. That's Jason Tatum.
Oh, okay. That's why.
That's a lie. He's lying.
That is not Jason Tatum.
That's definitely Jason Tatum.
Here's a funny story for each of the boys. One
I can tell you when you hit that midi.
behind this little go-kart thing we had, and I put Hank in it, and I
Bro.
We're getting
It was a huge hit. He loved it. I was also
His ass locked down.
power slide, but one time I slipped too hard and
Yeah, GG's, bro.
It's just 14-5, bro. All we got to do is get the ball back.
so that was fun to explain to Brittany. Another time, Brittany was outside her house talking to a friend.
Yeah.
Brock kept
I was gonna say,
coming
oh
up,
my God. I coulda got that.
But Brittany kept telling him to wait inside.
You see
and
what
that she
this
would
game's
talk to him
doing
when
to
she
us,
was
bro?
done. Now, Brock is usually sweet, but this brought out the sourness in him. That's why we call him Sour Patch.
It be trying to teach you patience. If you don't play patiently, they'll get you every time. That's all. I got him.
And went to go inside, but the door was locked. Brittany told Brock to unlock it,
Oh,
but
shit.
he just stared at
We
her,
good.
challenging for authority.
Oh,
I don't know about that, Tino.
Brock through the window and yelled, "Oh, you better run!" But Brock just stood his ground and stared at her
Take some
defiantly as she
crazy-ass
approached.
shots.
As if
Already
to
He's
know
gonna
say,
drive. I
"Do
told
not
you he's gonna
fear,
go up on
mother.
you.
I'll spare you what happened next." Jack is just the cutest
Back,
little
back.
sweetie ever.
I got him.
But when visiting, I would often be holding
Here you
him
go.
and
Yep.
but what really stuck with me was when I found him trying to eat a baby one. I tried to take it from him, but he stared at his hand and then at me, holding tight to the right. I struggled against
He is
his
not like-
redness stare.
Bro, AIs are different, bro.
Finally,
I swear to God they is. His defense is locked jaw right now. Cut in.
fun with the boys. They also watch my
Bro.
videos and paint
Bro, if we
themselves
learn how to defend like they defend, we'd be unstoppable.
Hey boys, who's your favorite?
Bro.
It's like they know what
This
you
shit
thinking.
crazy, bro.
Yes, I'm the best guy ever.
This shit crazy.
Don't flatter yourself now. I'm sick of you fishing for compliments all the time.
But they get stuff like that. That's crazy.
Exactly why I don't play AI.
And you can't move or nothing. It's like they slow you down on purpose.
This shit's like fucking
But guess what?
legend fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah, run that shit back. Run that shit back. I can't go like that.
Don't fix it. Have some self-awareness. And go to therapy or something. You worthless little psycho. That's right. Why didn't you take compliments from small children? You're kind of a what?
Checking this video out.
Who the hell is original?
Together about some of our other favorite
It's one of my
memories
friends'
together.
brothers.
Please enjoy.
Oh,
Very different moms growing up. I had a mom who was on.
You know MJ? Not MJ, but his name's
Adam
MJ.
Lee.
And
yeah.
now
Yeah,
my
I think
kids can do whatever they want. My mom's retired. She told me she is. Wanted to leave. I just stay home all the time. Yeah, I've only stolen one thing in my life, and I was about 4 or 5 years old, and we went to a fabric store, and there was a pumpkin with gum in it. My mom told me I couldn't have it. We got back in the car, and she looked at me in the rearview mirror with her piercing
go.
eyes as I was
We ain't
chewing.
losing this time.
She looked at me and said, "Brittany, what are you chewing?" And I said, "Gum." And she goes, "Where'd you get it?" And I said, "This store here just got." She turned that car around so
Pass the ball.
quickly, marched
He's
me
locking
back
your
into the
ass up.
store, proceeded to make me
He
tell
locking your ass up.
that I'd stolen the ball, left and drove next door to the police station where she got an officer.
Man, he got a crackhead lock on you, bro. You out past that
And
motherfucker.
the police officer said, "You go to jail." My mom turned around and looked at me and pointed and said, "She just stole happy gum from the fabric store." And
Look at
The
that.
board.
He ain't locking me up. I got my bar back. There you go.
So just arrested you on the spot. It's like she's going to juvie, and mom's like, "Wait, my lesson is working." Yeah, she's 5 years old. So I actually did end up in jail. I was a nurse in the jail. One time I came home from a long 16-hour shift at the jail, and I'd walk in and see Bryson sitting in the same pajamas that
I
he'd
should
been
have threw the
all
alley.
day, slurping down a bowl of cereal. I'd look at him with disgust and ask, "How much money did you make today?" Let's just say he made a lot more than I did. He's not salty.
You shouldn't have reached. I was finna get it from
Well, that was fun. In conclusion, Brittany is my favorite
8-0. Let's see what they can do. I'm a lockdown defender.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop
Bro,
digging into
Jason
the
Tatum's
news?
son because he's fucking locking you up.
I had him. I should have went up. I bullied him and everything. I passed out of that shit. I had it. It's there. I'm gone.
Snatch Hall of Fame in this bitch. The fuck kind of scam was that, motherfucker?
I mean, you ran backwards. I didn't think you was. I thought you was gonna run straight into me.
Can't afford to breathe. Take me out to eat. Trying to party. Trying to big bang. You fucking shiny.
Really quick, consider supporting the channel by checking out the merch store for a cool bundle
Bro.
that comes with a free t-shirt. While you're there, take a look
I'm
at
there.
the plushies, the board game, and the sketchbook.
Ain't
Link
there.
below.
Yeah, we
Thank
lost.
you.
We lost.
212 is crazy to say we lost right there.
It's a Wii. Wow, this is
I got mine. Long as you can lock yours, I got mine. What the hell? Man, 2K gave him this shit. You know that.
Bro.
I had him cover like fucking makeup. Give me that shit.
Put that up. Put it up.
Yeah, baby. I get my shit back, Tino. And got my takeover.
Hi, I'm Bryson, and today we're going to talk about how a fun childhood hobby
Handle
slowly
it.
evolved into a hellish war of spiteful competition. How the shame and humiliation of losing festered inside me and drove
That's
me
an
to
early?
do anything
Come on,
in my
Yeah,
power
you
to
sold me.
destroy my siblings. I'm talking
You
about
sold
the
me, bro.
Italian
My defense is elite. I get it back.
But before I delve into my villain arc,
No, it's
let's
not.
go back to a simpler time when I was taking my first baby steps into the world of video games. It was also new to me. It
Oh
felt like
my
I was a
god,
cosmic
Macho, you
pioneer
just
exploring a different
sold.
galaxy.
I just sold it till I get that rock.
Super Mario Galaxy, the game where you traverse the universe.
I get that rock back. When I get that rock back, I ain't gonna be no soul.
If you haven't played this game yet, change that immediately. When I play this game now, it feels like that
California
scene from
breeze,
Ratatouille.
take me out to eat, little Barney.
Look at that. I get that rock back.
Fuck around.
It enthralled
Now
me
who's
as a child.
okay? Okay.
Dream of
Mr.
building
Halfcourt.
into platforming ideas. After watching Brody play Galaxy for a while, I decided to graduate from game watcher to game player. Move over, Brody. Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. Immediately, the soundtrack of this game changed my brain chemistry forever. The people who make this music know what joy is.
Ooh, I had enough space too.
When I
I
hear
got
Dusty Garden Galaxy, it makes me believe that anything is possible. The room fades away, I float into the air, and I enter the world of the game. This is one of the first video games I ever played, so I had a lot to learn.
just sold.
Between gravity-defying planets and walking
No, I
upside
didn't.
down took a lot of getting used to. I collected a few stars and then headed to the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy.
Exactly
And let me
why I
tell
don't play
you,
this
this
fucking
level
this
broke
AI
the
shit,
horizon.
bro. This
In
shit
the
is
level, you
crazy.
ride around a floating water race course on a stingray. But I wanted to get the high score. I wanted to
You know,
go
God,
fast.
your
So I
man,
thought
man.
never let go of the acceleration button.
We're
And
gonna
that meant
lose.
I couldn't make
No, we
stars.
ain't. If you stay on your man, I got mine.
And to make it worse, I had to use shit. I couldn't beat it no matter how hard I
We
tried.
got this.
I started crying, and Brody had to help me beat the level. This will go down in history as
Who
mankind's
gonna lose?
second greatest defeat involving statements.
Me.
But after that little hiccup, I was ready to take on the rest of the game and lose to Bowser 50 times. But Brody, being a seasoned veteran gamer, coached me on how to perfectly time my spin moves, and I used them to spin Bowser like a
Okay,
Beyblade.
okay.
I was feeling
See,
pretty good
first
about
good
my
decision
newly
we
I gotta
made
acquired
all
use.
day.
skills. Beating
I gotta
Bowser
use
as
the
a
bathroom.
child
Hold
is
up.
a big deal, okay? At that age, what else do you have to be proud of? The drawings you made that Mom hung up on the fridge? Well, bad news. Mom will throw those crappy drawings away while you're not looking. But the achievement of defeating the king of the Koopas, that lasts forever. Then I arrived at the Rolling Green Galaxy. That sounds like a fun, easy, kid-friendly level. Not! If the Stingray race broke me, this one shattered me. In the level, you bounce on a ball that has a star inside it and use motion controls to lead the ball through obstacles and past Goombas to reach the end and unlock the star. And I just couldn't do it. I kept falling off, which made me impatient, which made me go faster, which made me fall off more, and the cycle just continued. At 6 years old, I just did not have the coordination or fine motor skills to beat this thing. But I was determined. I didn't want to ask Brody for help again. I wanted to be a big boy gamer. I hunkered down and died over and over for an hour straight. But then finally, I got past the spot. Where I usually fell. I was close to the end. I shakily crossed a bridge, and the flag came into view. My hands were shaking. The adrenaline was pumping. I could almost taste my victory. I launched over to the last island. I had made it. I tilted my Wiimote all the way forward, but I literally tripped at the finish line. My confidence was shattered, and I had to go collect myself in the other room. But I would not let this fiery crucible break me. I would allow it to forge me into something stronger. I stepped back in and entered Ultra Instinct mode. And I finally beat it. And that's when I felt it. The gamer's high. All my dopamine receptors fired, and I jumped for joy. I had emerged victorious and was ready to take on the universe, literally. I cruised through the rest of the galaxies. Nothing could hold me back. An icy hot galaxy where you skate around and fight a lava octopus? No problem. A haunted mansion galaxy where you save Luigi? Light work. A galaxy made of toys where you run across twisting platforms shaped like Mario? Child's play. Lightning, no reaction. Lightning, no reaction. Lightning, no reaction. All my nightmares had materialized. It was an even harder version of the previous one. Skipping ahead for 2 hours of pain and agony, and I finally beat it. I'm honestly convinced that this game widened my emotional range. It's like Newton's third law. The more suffering you experience, the more capacity you have for joy. And believe me when I tell you, those levels had me suffering. Then I saved Princess Peach or whatever. This game's revolutionary gravity mechanics, top-tier level design, and whimsical soundtrack earn it an easy 100 Bryson points. But we couldn't have the game that sent Mario to space without the game that sent Mario into a whole different dimension. Super Mario 64. An all-time classic. It paved the way for so many games to enter the third dimension. I'm still waiting for Super Mario 65 to come out, though. I literally can't describe the pure primal fear little Bryson experienced with seeing that giant chain chomp for the first time. And don't even get me started on that Koopa the quick race. I hate this stupid turtle so much. I just couldn't beat him. But then, one day, Brody let me in on a little secret. He's gonna win the race again! See that little hole in the wall? How is this supposed to... See that beam of light? All that green stuff goes to the wall. Yes! The sense of accomplishment and amazement at discovering these secrets for the first time was enough to form a core memory, even though I needed help to find them. It was a really nice change of pace to get help from Brody on finding secrets, because usually he pulled the classic move of giving me an unplugged controller and gaslighting me into thinking I was really playing. Am I really playing? Mario isn't listening to me, and this controller isn't even plugged in. You're actually playing this afternoon anyway. Oh, cool! Back in my day, there were no video game tutorials on the internet. The only way I could learn what I needed was through rumors on the playground and hints from my brothers. So this information was very valuable. Then Brody taught me how to backwards long jump and travel at the speed of light. It's likely I recommend switching to Cascade Environment Plus. It's at the three-slate power gun, easily meeting 100% of tough stuff on materials. Cascade Platinum Plus.
You want to go run twos or what? Try to go streak up?
I know my kids better than anyone else. I have to be one step ahead of everything to protect them. New Panama Kids provides
Macho?
2 times stronger than
Yeah, it don't matter.
24-hour cavity
I bet.
protection that their precious Panama need. That's why my kids use Panama Kids.
I'm gonna go talk to JT real quick.
Obviously, this game is great, but me and my brothers usually
Never mind.
played the remastered version on the
Got out
DS.
of
They
that.
had some mini games that we would play together all the time. Some of my favorites were the Hidden Face game, the Babam sorting one, and the one where you draw little trampolines for Mario to jump on. And I think it's absolutely insane that there are definitely people out there with gambling addictions that were caused by Luigi teaching them how to do it. But there was also a multiplayer game where you fight each other to get the most stars, and my brothers and I took it very
Where we
seriously.
going to?
Mason's got 3 stars.
I'm gonna check the elite side, see if there's any twos.
Sneak attack.
The
Brayden
fuck?
stole
What's
my
a two?
star. No, it's giving little Brayden obviously ate with that.
there is a
It's
twos,
little
but
if you think I
it's
could
all
find a simple
fours.
slate. How do I
Yeah.
don't let your mentee be get in the way.
What do you want to?
of
What do you
that.
want to run twos
You
in?
can take that out for real. But the brotherly rivalry was just getting
Where
started.
you at?
Let's turn up the heat and move on to the game that's been causing relationship-shattering screaming matches for decades.
One game wins three.
Mario Party, a family-friendly party game.
Okay.
This game introduced a whole new emotion to me: bloodlust. One thing you should know about this game is that when I win, it's
Two
because of pure
players.
skill. But
That's
when
a
you
three.
win, it's because you got lucky, and those stupid bonus stars don't even count. When creating a game, it's important to strike a good balance between skill and luck.
Macho, what do you want?
And in a lot of
Where do you
people's
want to run
opinions,
twos, bro?
Mario
I
Party is
don't
too
know.
much of a
I'm
love-based
leaving the
game.
elite
It's still
side.
super fun at parties if you're not taking it too seriously. Which is
Was there?
Nah, I mean it was, but
Unfortunately, my
this
brothers
game
and I
being
have no
played.
chill, so for us it was more like Mario gladiatorial combat. Our sibling rivalry seemed to leak into every aspect of our lives, and
We
video
can go
games
back.
were no
We can
exception.
go in the
Even
theater if you
being
want.
player 1 was a big deal.
Hold on,
If
hold on.
my Wiimote connected first, Brody would shut his
Player,
pants
this
and
a three
disconnect all the
guy.
controllers and resync them until he was player 1. We also played the DS version of Mario Party on family road trips, and I remember screaming my lungs out over losing minigames. Something about this game is just a recipe for white-hot rage and malice. I guess that's why it's good at parties, because you get to
It
see
don't matter.
everyone's
We can go
true
to the theater.
colors. And it's always so tense
What?
when Toad announces
You can
the
go to
final
the theater.
score. Okay, got
Give
4
me
stars
that.
and 46 points. Everyone else only has 3, so I should come out on top.
Tino notes the bonus stars. The first star goes to the player that traveled the least amount of spaces. Rare.
Okay. I still got more coins than him, so as long as he doesn't get the second one, I'll win.
And the next star goes to the player that lost the most.
You work today, Macho?
Rare.
Yes, of
They
course.
kill you! In one game, I was doing very well for myself. I had several stars
Don't
and a
let me them.
whopping 270 coins. But this was the Spaceland map. If the center platform gets stepped on 5 times, Bowser's spaceship shoots a
Alright, I'll invite
giant
you.
laser across the board. And of course, I was right in the crosshair. Hey, no, stop. Just calm down. Don't do it. I started resorting to more drastic measures to try and beat my brothers. There's a mini game where you have to mash the A button as fast as you can, and I decided to tip the scales in my favor. I grabbed a massage gun and put it on max speed on my palm, which caused my fingers to vibrate insanely fast. Then I put my finger on the A button, and
I might have to reset my game, bro.
as the second youngest, my older brothers were always so much better than me at everything. And honestly, so was Brenner. He was spat out the womb knowing how to use an iPad and was
You have to restart
360
your stuff?
no-scoping news while
I
still
said I might have to. I don't think, like, I'm looking at hairstyles and it's okay. Never mind. Stop doing it.
Mario Kart. I don't consider myself to be
Siri.
a very competitive person, but
Monkey
as
Brewers.
you've seen here today, video games are the exception, especially Mario Kart. Fortunately, my spirit of competition is well placed because I'm amazing at Mario Kart and you can't beat me. But I wasn't always this way. It all started, of course, with Mario Kart DS. My brothers and I would race each other for dominance, but I didn't understand the drift mechanics, so I would just kind of turn and throw bananas. And I could never beat my brothers. When they finally did show me how to drift, it took a lot of getting used to. You have to wiggle the D-pad back and forth in order to build up a charge that boosts you forward, and it was really hard for me to manage that while controlling the trajectory of my toes at such a young age. Clearly, I had much to learn. That being said, this was the first time that becoming better than my brothers at something didn't seem impossibly out of reach. I wanted to win at something for once, and I could feel the potential within myself. I wanted to be player one, so I hunkered down and continued my training. Wait, I'm first! I'm gonna win!
You should try to.
Eventually, we graduated from Mario Kart DS to Mario Kart Wii. This was the one that I played the least because, as we already established, I don't understand motion controls. Also, apparently using a bike is the only viable option because doing a wheelie is just free acceleration, so that's pretty dumb. It didn't help me develop my skills at all, but it definitely added some great tracks. And
Do you want me
using
to
the
invite you
plastic
again or
Wiimote
no?
was real fun too.
Yeah, hold on, hold on. I'm coming.
Alright, just let me know then.
He's never getting his license. Then I entered a training grounds worthy of my potential. Mario Kart 7. They added kart customization, underwater sections, gliders, and a bunch of amazing courses. And a much better drifting system. This was definitely the best Mario Kart at the time. I learned the strategies, I learned the
You gotta
shortcuts, and
send me
began
a
to
number.
step into my power. I started to be a much bigger challenge for my brothers, and Brody and Braden could feel the reign of terror slipping away as I won more and more.
The Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
As I studied, I even found a forbidden shortcut. On the Mario course, if you use the mushroom to boost off the track at the right angle, you'll land in an out-of-bounds area that corresponds to a much later part of the map. So, when Lakitu saves you, he thinks you're further along than you really were, so he puts you there, allowing you to skip ahead of everyone else. The first time I pulled this trick on my brothers was hilarious. Haha, eat my dust, losers. Little did Brody know, history was about to change. But I was just getting started. I wanted more. Then finally came Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe that added anti-gravity mechanics and a slew of amazing courses and parts. As the games got better, so did I.
I know this shit got me moving slow, Tino. I don't know what's going on.
cc where the carts go insanely fast. You
Ain't
actually
even.
have to use the
I'm not
brakes in
2K
order
still
to
on
turn
the screen.
sharp enough and not fly off the track. But after I
Yeah,
mastered
you're gonna have to
that,
restart
it
your app
became
probably.
unstoppable.
Probably have to restart my whole game. I've been lagging too. Oh, never mind. It just let me in. Well, no, it didn't let me in. It went to a different my career screen. There you go. Now I'm in.
Byron?
Yeah. I'm right by you.
I invited you.
I see.
I had demolished Brody and Brady so many times that I unlocked the final frontier of Mario Kart skill, a forbidden technique known as item smuggling. In the game, the strongest items are given to the people in the back of the race to even things out. Basically, you purposefully hang back in the race to cycle through the best items, and then use them to take shortcuts and sweep in at the last moment to steal a victory. This strategy is especially neat because if you succeed, someone is getting teased with the chance at a first place spot for the whole race, only for you to snatch it from them at the last second. I've done this countless times to family and friends to dunk on them, and I finally fulfilled my childhood dream of being better than my brothers at something.
I'm guarding Jason Tatum. That's crazy. We just played Jason Tatum. Now I'm holding.
I know what you must be thinking.
You holding the fake Kyrie. Now let me quit.
The only thing you can brag about is being good at a children's video game. And to that I say, yeah, that's pretty true. Just let me have this, please. Mario was definitely a great part of growing up, and I'll always have fond memories of playing games with my brothers. And it's been nice to finally defeat them. Little brothers gotta take what we can get. And in all seriousness, it was very sweet of Brody to always help me find hidden secrets and beat levels that were too hard for me. And I'm very happy to have so many great memories gaming with the boys.
Oh shit. That's me.
I thought you were gonna rotate with me.
Skill issue.
We good though.
Honestly. Alright. Okay. Let's go like
No way, YouTube, I know that movie. This game is so stupid. What? That ball went right through my mouth.
Video, so I appreciate you watching all the way through. It was fun to reminisce about growing up playing Mario games with my brothers. Don't forget to subscribe, check out the merch, and the Patreon in the description. Thanks, as always, to my amazing team of animators, storyboarders, background artists, and editors. You all help bring my creative visions to life. And thanks again to you for watching. Comment down below what your favorite part of the video was, and what your favorite Mario game is. Okay,
Yeah, I'm tweaking,
Bro, it's killing me. Layups.
I have no clue what's going on, bro. I keep reaching.
Cowboy. They get milk from these nice experience. Then we'll head on down to Chaco Creek.
Damn.
Playmaker move.
Mix up. Chuck my dishes.
Don't worry, they've got new John Power seconds. It tracks, locks, and removes 99% of grease, so it doesn't get passed from dish to dish. And stacked like ducks in a row. New John Power sets.
I missed. Bro.
If you can hear that, leave it in. It's me, Roberto. Hello. What's up, buddy? Oh, you didn't have a live video. Okay. Hello, y'all know what it is. Y'all read the title. Animations dropped a new video, and I was planning on waiting to put this hat on, but I was wearing it before I started filming, and now it's too late for me. The suspense is over. This is an 18-minute slapperino from Bryson about Mario. I also had Mario childhood. I'm gonna keep it real. What other kind of childhood did I have? I had a Mario childhood. I had a Land Before Time childhood. Toy Story.
But
Wow.
you can't make that. This game is
Right.
stupid.
I'm 16. He's 6'8". He wasn't nowhere in sight of my layup.
But I've played like every single Mario game. We got Galaxy on deck over here. Thankfully, this dude is playing through one of the worst levels in the game for me, so I don't have to do it. Will this be one of the illest animations videos ever? Wait, what is it in Italian? Okay.
Good shot.
It's a Wii. Wow, this game is so fun.
Bro, that's Jason Tatum.
I want to make a Wii. Don't worry, I'll make one for you. You're probably too dumb to figure it out. What? It's if you're too dumb to figure it out. What?
It's exactly what it looked like. That's what you look like.
Okay, macho.
So these boys who hungry.
That is exactly what the meat channel looked like. That was so accurate. Not
Bro.
Bryson's face, but what the
Oh, hell
meat
no.
channel looked like. I was gonna talk about how long it took me to get a weave, but I'll
Bro, I
save
hate
that
this
story.
game.
Let's get it
I
started.
just hate it.
I'm Bryson, and today we're going to talk about how a fun childhood hobby slowly devolved into a war of spiteful competition.
bind?
How the
No.
shame and humiliation of losing festered inside me and drove me to do anything in my power to destroy my siblings. I'm talking, of course, about the Italiano Paisano himself, Mario. But before we delve into that, let's go back to a simpler time, when I was taking my first baby steps into the world of video games. It was also new to me. I was a cosmic pioneer exploring a different galaxy.
They do the same freaking week layup every time.
The game where you traverse the universe as everyone's favorite Italian club. If you haven't played this game yet, change that
That's the
immediately.
stupidest thing ever. He ain't even doing nothing. Like he not getting nowhere with that jab step. He just pumping just to be pumping.
If his first console was the Wii, I mean, what? I was.
And they give him that, bro. I've been press triangle.
Nintendo 64. That was when I started.
Oh my god, I love this game.
She was terrible, bro. 1v1, he ain't beat me, bro. I don't care what the game says.
It enthralled me as a child with its constant stream of new and inventive platforming ideas. After watching Brody play Galaxy for a while, I decided to graduate from game watcher to game player. Move over, Brody. Mom said it's my turn for the Xbox. Immediately, the soundtrack of this game changed my brain chemistry forever. The people who made this music know what Johnny Swimsy sounds like. In Dusty Garden Galaxy, it makes me believe that anything is possible. The room fades away, I float into the air, and I enter the world of the game. This was one of the first video games I ever played, so I had a lot to learn. Jumping between gravity-defying planets and walking upside down took a lot of getting used to. I collected a few stars and then headed to the Loop-de-Loop Galaxy. And let me tell you, this level broke. In level,
you're on the thing, you're on the Stingray thing, and you'll keep flying off. They re-released the game on Switch, and it didn't get much easier. I'm gonna keep it real. Alright, let me hear it, Bryson. How much pain did it cause you?
this level broke, little Bryson. In the level, you ride around a floating water race course on a stingray. But I wanted to get the high score. I wanted to go fast. So my thumb never let go of the acceleration button.
Perfectly engraved. They both bigs.
Mine just has a high middle.
I started crying and Brody had to help me beat
Believe me, they both can shoot. Oh, that wasn't a steal, 2K?
greatest defeat in all of Stingrays. But
You know what he's talking about? The crocodile. The crocodile, you know, the crocodile.
Bro.